let's just get this started real quick. Oh man, I'm tired. Came for the doctors and everything. Yes, that was busy too. I was supposed to drop a GPO video. Yes, you heard me, a GPO video. May drop it today, depending on how I edit it. But yeah, let's just get it started real quick. One of you guys actually recommended this video to me to react to it. Which, if I do get you, which should be in this comment section right here, my boy Sign45TY. Let me actually move my webcam. Best it on YouTube. Alright. So hopefully you can see that. So my boy said, hey, could you please react to SCP-2430 from SCP Explained? Story and animation. Its story is wild. And give me the link. I told you. If you tell me if you react to, and give me the link, no matter what, I'm gonna react to it. There's one of you that sent me no reaction video. No video to react. But that video, I need to check out the channel first because it's a new channel. I want to see if it was the copyright thingy, like, you know, how should I get the video, how should I react to the video and everything. So yeah, but we're gonna do this one first. So best on YouTube. Alright. Let's just get it started real quick. I think everything is good, everything is recording. Let's get it started. Full screen. Alright.
Your new SCP.
It's how good this one is.
On tour of
That'll be a good one. That'll be interesting.
With the location
I'm talking to you. Yeah, you, the one who recommended it to me.
The second largest Foundation containment site out there.
Okay.
It's also the kind of job that most junior researchers dream of. Low-risk humanoid containment, baby. Most of the inhabitants in your sector are cordial, willing to comply with orders from staff.
So pretty much, not safe. Euclid and safe. I'm guessing those enemies are not enemies. I mean, where the figure. Most of the mine I have enemies. These SCPs on this side is pretty much what Euclid to save. Where Euclid, they don't know the powers or like what it has, but they still don't want to kill nothing. They just want, you know, like they just be there. They don't do nothing. And then save, obviously, they do nothing too.
For all intents and purposes, pretty much human. You pass from door to door, looking through the viewing hatch of each one. You can't believe what you're seeing. It's a wonderful who's who of anomalous humanoids. You see the wise, bearded face.
I like this. It's one of my favorite SCP too. 343. That's one of my favorite SCP, which, you know, is God.
Face of SCP-343, known to some as God. You see the blue eyes and shining blonde hair of Iris.
We also got it today also too. The pictures.
Looking wistfully into a Polaroid picture. You see the tanned, melancholic face of Ken. SCP-073 as he stares off into the middle distance.
I love that SCP too.
Face after face passes. You can see yourself getting more familiar with each one. Your time here will be... Wait, was that...
Yeah.
You stop and walk back to the door you just passed, where you can't help but stop and stare in disbelief.
YouTube.
Yes,
please don't do nothing.
It's gotta be him. You recognize the unpleasant sneer, the hideous comb-over.
Like I said, sometimes you just like when you use the word Hitler and all that.
The SCP Foundation seems to have Adolf Hitler, the former leader of the Third Reich in World War II, in active containment, and his designation is SCP-2430.
What is this, Euclid?
You've seen killer toasters and masks
what rank
that
does
can
he
take
have?
over people's minds.
Oh, that mask right there? I know it's Catcher. That mask right here, that mask is dangerous right there. Don't go near that mask. Trust me.
But you've
don't go near that.
Anything as surreal as this. You immediately run to your superior and ask how and why Hitler is in one of the Site-17 humanoid containment cells. Buckle in.
It's a clone.
It's
a clone, man.
It's one of the most insane stories.
But why? Why is this speed though? Why is this? Oh, we got ad. I was not paying attention. I remember, guys. I already told you. I don't care what kind of ad it is and everything. If I don't get paid at least a single penny on these ads, I'm not gonna share the ad with all of you. You're gonna skip it. Remember, guys. Oh, I just hit my webcam. I think it's good. If you ever get one on my ad, watch the whole thing. Yeah. Before I know, there should be no ads yet.
It's late April 1945, and the Soviets are rampaging through Nazi Germany,
why did they make the clone?
Everything in their path. The German forces have been nearly obliterated, and Hitler and the rest of his Reich Chancellery have retreated to a secure bunker beneath Berlin. There,
that's
on
when they,
April
like, you know,
10 days
suicided.
after his 56th birthday, Hitler died. This was truly unfortunate for the Soviets,
Never
as
mind.
they wished to have had the chance to kill him
Yep.
themselves.
Slash
2 days
torture.
later, Soviet forces stormed the Führer bunker. It was little more than a formality at that point, as the news of Hitler's death had already gone
Oh,
public.
okay.
By the
I thought
time
like that's how they found the body. Like, what? It's a clone. How you gonna find the body instead of the place where it died?
they arrived,
What?
all that was left of Hitler was a pile of mostly burned remains. A fitting end for someone who had caused the same cruel fate for so many others. They collected what was left of Hitler's body and brought it back to the fatherland, a kind of trophy for their nation. But Hitler dying before Joseph Stalin could get his hands on him was not what Stalin wanted. Hitler had not only caused the deaths of millions of Russians, he had personally betrayed Stalin's trust. And when you betray Stalin, bad things happen to you. Very, very.
Yo, Loki, this is just a history thing here. This one's not even like SCP, man. This is low key. Yo, we are in history class right now. Everyone sit down and we gonna be learning some Hitler. Like, what? Okay.
2 years earlier, in 1943, Soviet forces had raided a camp in Genowiska, belonging to the Obscura Corps. Think of them as the Nazis' own version of the SCP
That gate was weak.
Who were hell-bent on gathering anomalous people and artifacts to increase the power of the Third Reich. They were a far more militant offshoot of the Thule Society, a group that described itself as a study group for Germanic antiquity. While this may seem innocent, the Thule Society was actually a racist cult, closely aligned with the goals and ideas of the German Nazi Party. Many have also speculated that they were heavily involved in the occult, and it's this mysticism-obsessed offshoot that went on to form
Was that like an organization from the SCP universe?
100 pieces of enchanted occult flesh with human skeletons embedded in each of them. This flesh was believed to originate from the mythological Sarimnir, the beast hunted and eaten again and again by the pantheon of Norse gods, having the qualities of both a wild boar and a goat. The flesh can bond to skeletons and give them a quality somewhat like immortality. Any flesh cut from them will regrow time and time again if given a rest.
Is that how they cloned Hitler?
Period.
Is that what is an anomaly?
And Hitler's burnt remains, Stalin had an idea. A perfect way to not only bring satisfaction to the Russian people and the world,
keep healing it back,
but to finally exact the true revenge that Hitler had denied to him. He called it Project Judica, namely after...
Also, Joseph Stalin, he was not a good guy too. He was not a good guy if I remember.
To the very bottom level
he was not a good guy.
For betrayers like Judas. A perfect tribute for an old ally turned enemy. He couldn't kill Hitler before, but if Stalin was going to get the chance, Hitler needed to live again.
Yes.
For years, Stalin's top scientists tried to use arcane methods to resurrect Hitler by combining his remains with the flesh of Suramir. At times, they even came close to creating
you use this
Hitler,
pig flesh out of nowhere and made it to like a regeneration thingy? Like what? I'm so confused.
And painful retribution. The lack of suffering.
I'm not saying this is not like bad, like the video. The video is fire. I like it. The information, everything. But like,
even if it meant breaking every law of nature in the process. In order to make his twisted dream a reality, Stalin formed an unholy alliance with a group known as the Uralic Fleshcrafters, a neo-Sarkic cult that was a branch of the nightmarish religion of Sarkicism.
I think I know that. I know that group a little bit.
Avatars of flesh, corruption, and disease, and are some of the most terrifying
put me out of this group.
Out there, put me out of this group. That hates and the bone.
I know that. I know that SCP, the flesh that hate. What was that? Wasn't that SCP-610 or 510 or one of those two? One of those two. That fleshing. I'm not gonna search it up. It is graphic. If you guys wanna know what it is, just look up SCP, the flesh that hates. So I think it's SCP-610. I'm pretty sure it's 610, not 510.
Orchard.
Let me know.
Sarkists
I'm big boy either way.
Proper devotion to their vile deities and know the right rituals to contact them, are often granted anomalous powers that spread the Sarkic influence further across the known dimensions. These powers will usually involve having a supernatural ability to manipulate the flesh of themselves and others, allowing them to enhance their bodies, cheat death, and warp their enemies beyond repair.
Ew, so where are they from the Foundation and everything? From the universe? Like, where are they from? With the words about to end and stuff, what don't, like, I know, I think they're evil either way. Yeah, they're not gonna help, but, like, Why am I hitting them too much, man? There's so many organizations from the universe, the SCP universe, that I don't even know.
Sometimes even create life, if they're a powerful enough acolyte of Sarkicism.
Okay.
And it was because of these powers that Stalin wanted the Uralic Fleshcrafters under his command. In exchange for their participation, he would give them a vast quantity of the flesh of Suramir, which they could use for their own sinister Sarkic purposes. A deal was struck, and the true work of resurrecting Hitler began. Stalin was very specific in his requirements. He gave the Uralic Fleshcrafters extra bones to compensate for what had gone missing from Hitler's burnt remains. He also gave them samples of the flesh of Suramir to achieve the desired effects of a near-immortal tolerance for damage.
How did they got this flesh though? How? Like that flesh looking kind of like, not like, I'm not gonna say important, but like, I feel like the foundation, like all the people who got it first than Stalin, you know what I mean?
Stalin demanded that he heightened this new Hitler's capacity to experience pain, so that every suffering inflicted on him would be 3 times worse than anyone else. And true to their word, the Fleshcrafters got to work and began creating just such
What's the deal they made though?
By now it was the early 1950s, and Stalin was putting the pieces in place for his grand revenge. Once the new Hitler was finished, he would hold a new trial for him in the Russian courts, where he would preside over the sentencing personally. Once the new Hitler was done, the Uralic Fleshcrafters were rewarded for their participation in Project Judica, with 4,000 kilograms of the flesh of Suramir.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, I see. Okay, so we go. Okay, alright. I see the deal. I see why they would do it. Alright, but the thing is, like, I know the Foundation won't let this happen because one, the body was found dead, burned up, and all that, and the world knows it. So out of nowhere, like a Hitler's will come back to life out of nowhere. I know the Foundation will let that happen. That's why they have them locked up and all that.
Stalin now had his very own personal Hitler chew toy that he could maim and torture as much as he pleased.
Does he even have the memory though?
He would always heal and soon
Does he even have the memory? Oh, we got ad. Yo, how many ads we getting, man? Yo, come on, man, chill. At least you can skip it. You know, that's a weird situation right there. There we go. Mute. Let's keep going.
Generosity. The Fleshcrafters even taught Stalin a new method of torment for his old enemy, a process known as the Rite of Nyos. It's a torture that's been described by many as being like the Chinese Ling Chi, also known as the lingering death, or slow slicing, but it is probably best known as the death by 1,000 cuts.
I do know that though.
The Soviets and the Sarkics parted ways. For the next few years, Stalin took a great deal of pleasure in visiting Hitler's cage now and then to torture him, until Stalin himself eventually passed away from natural causes. The GRUP division, which is essentially the Soviet answer to the SCP Foundation, decided it would be best to do away with the Immortal Hitler clone after Stalin's death. He no longer served any purpose, and no matter how hard they tried,
they don't die. He doesn't die.
Permanently kill him either.
He does not die.
In the end, they settled on a kind of compromise. He would be buried alive and forgotten, forced to live a torturous eternity that he could never escape. Until, of course, he was dug up and rescued by none other than the members of Obscura, a modern splinter group of the original Obscura Corps. Like many high-profile Nazis who'd escaped the war, the new Hitler was spirited away to a safe house run by sympathizers in Argentina.
So how the Foundation, like, I'm so confused, like, the Foundation low-key had him, but like, instead of, you know, like, containing and all that, they try, you know, dispatch him like that and everything, like, burn him alive, even though he's gonna be alive forever. Even though I think they knew that already because, you know, they will, you know, try and burn him to death, trying to, you know, kill him and everything. Why didn't they just contain him? I know they're gonna contain it because they're having the Foundation already. I'm trying to see how they capture him. But this is interesting.
Correspondence from the Obscura agents who'd first dug the new Hitler back up. We have managed to rescue the Führer and bring him to safety, but he is effectively dead on the inside. I blame the Reds for their inhumane treatment of the Führer, who may have been bewitched by the Reds' Wunderwaffe. I wish we could mercy kill him, but we've tried everything. He just won't perish. Don't abandon him. He's too distinct in plain sight. They didn't have the new Hitler for long, though. In 1960, efforts to hunt down the remaining Nazi fugitives increased in intensity. The new Hitler was soon captured by Mossad agents searching for Nazis in Buenos Aires. And then
they were not expecting to find Hitler. Oh yeah,
and into
there
the
we go.
containment of the SCP Foundation when they realized that he had a number of anomalous properties, such as his incredible regenerative abilities, as well as the fact that his DNA seems to be based on that of a wild boar and a goat rather than a human. However, X-rays conducted by the Foundation have discovered traces of cyanide still in his system, as well
Okay.
as traces of lead in his skull where the bone has regrown over the bullet. In other words, it was unquestionably the real Hitler, and he was now in Foundation custody forevermore.
Okay.
It's such a wild story.
But he's just immortal. He cannot die? Is that what's happening? Cause that's gonna broken. Like, how the style even got all that meat? Pause. Yes, I said meat. When he got all of that, guys, that look very useful, in my opinion. I'm just saying.
Finished. He just stands there with a slight smile, basking in your amazement. Before you can even ask again, he confirms the facts one more time. Yes, it is the real Hitler.
Yeah.
The only functional difference is that he can't die, and he has a heightened sense of pain compared to most people. You think on what you've been told for just a moment, and then you have only one question. Are we allowed to punch him? Your supervisor smiles and says, "Of course, we all do." Now go check out SCP-1861 to prove the HMS Wintersheimer.
That was good. That was good. That was good. I give it to you. You're lucky. This was good. Yeah, I'm talking to you, the who recommended it. I'm talking to you. Bye. That's it though. Let me actually end the video already, yo. I want this to be 20 minutes long. It's already 16 minutes. Guys, hit the subscribe button. Go to 5,000 subscribers. We actually almost halfway there, you know, thanks to you guys. We take it all the time and everything. Hit the like button too, supposed to be even more, turn the notification, go in the early game, which means we in the comment section first, but brings me to a comment section. You can make it to play, does not have to be a Roblox game. You can make it to react, but please link the video down in the comment section, be easy for me to find, like these people did. And all you can be like, all you can even say hi or how you doing. I will always try to reply back to you guys. And yeah, too much is your boy Flame out.